Hey Emily, how are you?
I'm doing good.
It's so good to see you. I guess you're still on summer break.
Yep, I am for a short while. I start school at the end of August.
And are you in your junior year now?
I am actually going to be in my senior year of
Oh my
college.
God, that's so awesome. Well, I'm really glad that you joined me today because I I wanted to share your story with people because it's a powerful story. You and your sister both have great stories to tell that can inspire people who are looking for a holistic way of keeping their body healthy or getting their body back to health. You know,
Hmm.
not everybody responds well to pharmaceuticals, as you know.
Of
Not
course.
everybody wants to take pharmaceuticals, and then you've got people who know that pharmaceuticals are not designed for long term. And
Yeah.
so, will you share with us uh, how you found out about us and what brought you in?
Yeah, so basically, my sister started having a bunch of issues that doctors were saying might be just Crohn's disease, and we were kind of shook because no one in our family has ever had any issues like that. She never exhibited any issues like this, and she was 16 at the time, 16 or 17, and we were just kind of like, what do we do now? And they wanted to put her on lifelong medicine and do all of these things. And she had also been taking birth control and had just gotten off of it. So we weren't sure if maybe like the birth control messed her up or what was going on, but they just wanted to put her on all of these chemical medicines. And finally, my mom was like, "Enough! I'm not doing that." So we found you, and my sister started seeing you, and like right off the bat, y'all went through a whole diet change and a whole therapeutic regimen. And
Based off all the lab work,
yeah,
right?
based off of that was the one thing that I particularly liked from watching you guys on the sides, was that right off the bat, the very first visit, you scheduled all of these different labs and tests to be done so that you get the whole picture. Because what we were seeing with her other doctors, they were just looking at her gut. They were just looking at the things that were going on immediately, the things they were seeing, like the symptoms of Crohn's, and basing it off of that. But you didn't look at it like that. You went through and you were like, well, why would this be happening? And I really like that because you asked why, and no one else that I have ever seen, any other doctor, has ever asked why. And I really really like that. So then Audrey started seeing improvements, and we were like, oh my gosh, I like this holistic route because you don't have to worry about the side effects like birth control. We were both on birth control, and around this time I was actually getting off of birth control because it was giving me high blood pressure and anxiety and panic attacks, actually just IBS symptoms and acid reflux and so many things. And I didn't know what else to do. So I got off of it just like my sister. And while she was off doing her thing with you, I started developing some problems with not having a period, and not having a regular one, being tired all the time, and feeling like I'm not even a person. It was a really depressing time in my life.
You started having like depression and brain fog and mind
Yeah,
racing, and you couldn't
yeah,
concentrate,
I
and you were really tired.
And I literally thought I was dying. So I finally, seeing all the improvements my sister had made with you, I was like, Mom, I want to go. So last December I went, and right off the bat, you were like, we're gonna test for everything. And I remember really specifically, we were sitting there and you were like, so you have anxiety. I want to know why. And no doctor has ever asked me that. They've always just gone, oh, well, you're just having anxiety. Like you're just atypical. That's who you are. And I was like, oh, okay, this is something I have to live with. But then you were like, no, I want to know why. Like, wouldn't it be nice to not have anxiety? And I was like, I don't even know what a life like that is.
So many people don't know that
I know.
you can find what the root causes are and you can actually address exactly whatever the neurotransmitters are that are causing it, right? And
Hmm.
so that was we ended up doing that with you. We did
Right.
the neurotransmitter testing, and we did the genetic testing, and then we did the
Hmm.
blood, and we even did hormones with you.
Yes.
So we were really able to look under all the stones and get all of the information on the multiple causes that were contributing to the way that you were feeling. You've done really well with your protocols. You've been super committed, and that's what it
Mhm.
takes. to go through a program like this. It's not a take a pill for a symptom and voila, you know, you magically are healed. Like we all know that that doesn't work, that that can make people worse. You really did commit. And that's another reason I wanted to have you on today for this discussion, because you're young. And, you know, it's not always easy for young people to commit. It's not always easy for people in their 30s or 40s or 50s to do that either, to do what it takes to get yourself better. You have to be 100% committed. And not only did you do that, your sister has done that. And I have a handful of college students that have made those commitments to healing themselves. And, you know, tell us like the journey that you've been through, like, in other words, like how you've come through it on the other side and how you're feeling now.
When I first got, when we went through all the testing and you gave me my first protocol, I wasn't overwhelmed, only because I knew that what you were giving me wasn't going to give me some weird side effect of like a chemical medicine I could have gotten at a doctor. There are more times than I can count that doctors have prescribed me something and I just kind of push it to the side. I'm like, I don't want to take that, because I read the side effects and the health concerns and all the warning labels. And I didn't get any of that with you. I didn't have to worry about that. And I think that's why it was so easy for me to commit to it, because even though it required a little bit of effort on my part.
And dietary changes.
Yeah, and dietary changes, which honestly aren't that bad. I feel way better. And there were simple changes like going gluten-free. There are so many options with gluten-free diets now that it's not a sacrifice in the least. It makes me feel better. And so it was very easy for me to get on the protocol, because I knew that the faster I got on it, the faster I was going to feel better. It was very easy for me. And I think it was easy for my sister. Hers was a little bit more challenging because she had to go through a whole entire therapeutic diet. She was skinny and she was very frail looking and pale, and she looked very sick. And she went on the diet, and like, it was like, you could see the blood in her face again.
I think that's an awesome story. And I think that that's super inspirational to people. I thought before we finished, I thought it might be fun to get to show your before and after on your first set of neurotransmitter testing.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching the video, you know, everything that we do is very data driven. You know, our decisions on how we put our protocols together to coach people back to health, whether it's with supplements and or nutrition, lifestyle changes, whatever, it's all based off of data. We've acquired a lot of data on Emily, but I wanted to share with you really quick the before and after on her neurotransmitters. We're still working with them, and we will be retesting her again in the late fall, early winter time, because you make changes slowly. It doesn't happen overnight. There's certain things you want to work on first. So in the case of brain chemistry, she had pretty much all of her brain chemicals were below range. Dopamine, serotonin, you know, pretty much everything she had was below range. And I'm going to show you the before and after. You can see that everything went from being pretty much low to about half of them are right in the middle. Let me do a screen share really quick, and we can take a quick look at that. So here on the left, these were done back in January, and these were done just last month in July. And you can see here, just for a really quick look, everything here is low. Everything pretty much is in the L range. It's almost all in the blue, or it's right borderline. She only had one neurotransmitter that was pretty much within range. And if you look here, more than half of them are already in the green, within range. Just super, super neat changes that we can make in short periods of time by addressing root causes, by making sure that you're getting the proper nutrition in the right form and in the right dose, because genetically you might not be able to, for example, you've learned this, uptake your B12 and folate vitamins.
Right.
We have to give it to you in a special form. Sometimes we have to do things in higher doses, or we have to do gut work so that you can actually uptake and utilize the nutrition that you're eating. So, you know, you've been under this incredible journey. Once you become a mother, you're going to have it so well raising your children. You're going to have so much more information than other people who haven't been through your journey before. You know, I mean, really,
I feel that, yes.
Inspiration to a lot of people. So anyways, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story today. And I know that this is going to be an inspiration for a lot of people.
I thank you so much for allowing me to be able to do this, because I really truly believe in this. This is my whole major in school is related around environmental science and holistic approaches to things that we just live in a chemically laden society. And I like that there are outlets like this where we can do good for our bodies and help people who have real issues that maybe thought that there was no other choice for them but to go on a pill for life or something else that is just really, in reality, it's a quick fix. And that is why I like this so much, because it's not a quick fix. It's an actual fix. Thank you so much for letting me be able to do this, because it means a lot.
Well, thank you so much for trusting me to take care of you and your sister, and thanks to your mom for trusting me to take care of her children. So I love you guys very much, and I will talk to you soon.